Her name was Maya, 15 years old, the kind of teenager who lived half her life through earbuds and stolen Wi-Fi. Her room was her world, dim, cluttered, with old posters curling at the edges and wires tangled like vines around her desk. Outside, the town of Pine Hollow slept in its blanket of humidity and midnight stillness. No cars, no voices, just the gentle hum of the summer night. Maya lay on her stomach, the laptop screen glowing like a phantom in the darkness. She scrolled through obscure music blogs, half listening to lo-fi beats trickling from her speakers. It was a habit now, staying up until her eyelids hurt, chasing forgotten songs and moods she didn't understand. Her parents were out for the weekend, visiting family in Charleston. She had the house to herself, and the silence was a kind of freedom. Then the dog started. At first, it was just one, a distant, sharp bark that echoed somewhere across the woods. Maya barely noticed. But then came another, then three more. And within moments, the entire neighborhood erupted in canine hysteria. Deep growls, sharp yelps, panic, anger, fear. She paused the music. The air felt different now, charged. Still, she sat up slowly, heart tapping a nervous rhythm in her chest. The barking grew louder, nearer. It was coming from every direction, front yards, alleyways, back fences. Even her neighbor's old Labrador, the one that barely moved during the day, was howling like it was being torn apart. She swallowed. Probably a stray animal, she told herself. Maybe a coyote. Maybe even a bobcat wandering too close. But that explanation didn't settle anything inside her. It didn't explain why the barking felt coordinated, why it rose and fell in unison, like a warning. The hairs on her arms stood up. Maya pulled back the curtain just enough to peek through. At first, she saw nothing. Just the yard, bathed in weak porch light. The swing on the old oak tree swayed slightly, though there was no wind. Her breath fogged the glass. She leaned closer. Then she saw it. Hovering just past the garden bed, 10 feet from the window, was a woman. At least, that's what her brain told her. That it must be a woman. She was pale, skin nearly luminescent in the moonlight. Her hair hung wet and long, completely obscuring her face. She wore something white, thin, like a gown soaked in shadow. But it wasn't that she looked strange. It was how she moved. She didn't walk. Her feet never touched the grass. She floated, suspended just a few inches above the ground. Not gliding, not swaying, just hanging, as if reality itself was struggling to register her presence. Maya didn't move. Her throat tightened, breath shallow. Every instinct screamed to back away, but her body disobeyed. Her hands clenched the window frame. Her eyes refused to blink. Then the woman's head tilted. A slow, unnatural turn, not like a person would turn their head, but like something imitating a person. Her hair shifted, revealing part of a cheek, and something dark dripped from her mouth. Blood, or ink, or something far older. Maya gasped, but no sound came out. Inside, her dog started barking, a single, desperate bark that broke the trance. The spell shattered. Maya stumbled backward from the window. She yanked the curtains shut, knocking her lamp off the dresser in the process. Glass shattered. Her breath returned in short, staccato gasps as she collapsed onto her bed, trembling, eyes fixed on the wall. The dogs outside continued. But now, the barking began to move. It was as if the sound itself were traveling, like a wave passing from one block to the next. Closer houses fell silent, while distant ones erupted in fresh panic. One by one, the barks grew faint, then vanished. She waited, curled up in bed with her back to the window. Minutes passed, then an hour. She didn't sleep. Morning came like an apology. Pale gold filtered through the curtains. The world was normal again, too normal. Birds chirped. A delivery truck rumbled down the street. The neighbors waved like always. But the swing outside was still swaying. Maya told her parents when they came back. Her mom rolled her eyes. Her dad laughed it off, told her she'd finally watched too many horror movies alone. Ghost lady, he called her. Might want to cut back on the caffeine. No one believed her. Not her friends. Not even her dog, who avoided the yard for days but eventually went back to his routine. Maya tried to forget. She really did. She told herself it was sleep deprivation, an overactive imagination. Until a week later, when she was brushing her teeth at night and glanced at the bathroom mirror. The hallway light behind her flickered, just for a second. But it was enough, because in that flicker, she saw her. standing at the end of the hall. Long hair, pale skin, tilting head, watching. The toothbrush slipped from Maya's fingers. She spun around. The hallway was empty, but the swing outside was moving again. She never opened her windows after dark again, not even during storms. She never let herself stay up past midnight. Her laptop sat untouched for months. Music became something she feared. Sometimes, she still hears the dogs. Faint, unnatural, like they're warning her. Sometimes, she wakes in the middle of the night with her sheets soaked and her breath caught in her throat. And once, just once, she woke to find the curtains slightly open, even though she hadn't touched them. And the swing was still swinging. Because whatever she saw that night didn't leave. It was never passing through. It was waiting. And it still is.